Minecraft Edasu vs Minecraft Hacker, totally unfair in the world of Minecraft. Few names command as much respect and awe as Edasu. Known for his god-tier building skills, lightning-fast reflexes, and unparalleled strategic mind, Edasu has dominated nearly every server he has joined. He's a legend, a player who seems to operate on a different plane of existence. His creations are architectural marvels. His PvP skills are the stuff of nightmares for his opponents, and his understanding of the game's deepest mechanics is simply staggering. Many have tried to challenge him, from seasoned veterans to entire clans, but all have fallen short. Edasu has built an empire, not just of blocks and items, but of reputation. He is the undisputed king, the final boss of Minecraft. But what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? One that doesn't play by the rules? This is the story of Edasu's most challenging battle, a confrontation not against skill or strategy, but against a force that threatened to unravel the very fabric of the game itself. A new player, known only by the cryptic tag Null, appeared on Edasu's home server. At first, no one paid much attention. New players came and went all the time. But Null was different. Strange occurrences began to plague the server. Resources would vanish from locked chests, indestructible obsidian blocks would shatter with a single punch, and players would find themselves teleported to the void without warning. It quickly became clear that Null wasn't just a player. Null was a hacker, wielding exploits and cheats that gave them godlike powers far beyond what the game intended. The server descended into chaos. The community that Edasu had helped build was on the verge of collapse. Players were quitting, frustrated and powerless against Null's reality-bending abilities. The hackers seemed to take a special, malicious glee in targeting Edasu's own creations, dismantling his intricate castles and flooding his automated farms with lava. It was a direct challenge, a digital declaration of war. Seeing his world crumble and his friends' hard work turn to dust, Edasu knew he couldn't stand by. He had to face Null, not just for his own pride, but for the survival of the entire server. This wasn't going to be a normal duel. It was a battle for the soul of their digital world. The confrontation was set. The entire server gathered in the main arena, their avatars silent spectators to the epic showdown. On one side stood Edasu, armed with his enchanted netherite gear and a lifetime of legitimate skill. On the other side hovered Null, their player model glitching and flickering, a visible manifestation of the corrupt code they commanded. The fight began, and it was immediately, hopelessly one-sided. Null was untouchable. They flew without an elytra, teleported behind Edasu with every swing, and spawned hordes of withers with a single command. Edasu's perfectly timed attacks phased right through them. His expertly placed traps were instantly disarmed. It was a totally unfair fight, a brutal display of a cheater's power. Despite the overwhelming odds, Edasu refused to give up. He knew he couldn't win a direct fight. Brute force was useless against someone who could rewrite the rules of combat. So, he changed his strategy. Instead of fighting Null, he started fighting the game itself. He used his deep knowledge of Minecraft's mechanics to create impossible contraptions on the fly. He built rapid-fire TNT cannons that lagged the server, hoping to disrupt Null's connection. He exploited obscure redstone bugs to create feedback loops, trying to crash the hacker's client. It was a desperate, brilliant display of ingenuity. Edasu was no longer just a player. He was a warrior, using the very code of the world as his weapon. He turned the battle from a simple PvP match into a complex high-stakes chess game against a cheating opponent. The climax of the battle was a stroke of pure genius. Luring Null into a complex maze he had constructed deep underground, Edasu triggered his final, desperate gambit. It wasn't a weapon or a trap in the traditional sense. It was a massive, server-crashing machine, cascade of millions of moving pistons, spawning chickens, and activating command blocks all at once. The server groaned under the immense strain. The frames per second dropped to single digits. For a moment, it seemed like Edasu's plan would destroy the very world he was trying to save. But in that critical moment of system overload, Null's hacked client, unstable and reliant on a smooth connection, finally faltered. The hacker was frozen, their avatar stuck mid-teleport, and then, with a server-wide message, Noel was disconnected. The silence that followed was deafening. Edasu, exhausted but victorious, had won. He hadn't defeated the hacker with a sword, but with his mind. He proved that true mastery of Minecraft isn't about having the best gear or the fastest clicks, but about understanding the game on a level so profound that you can bend its rules without breaking them. The legend of Edasu was no longer just about his skill. It was about his unwavering spirit in the face of an unfair fight. Minecraft,